So the NFL is being sued for $100 million over Shedeur Sanders' draft slide. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Rollin' Ratchet. I'm your host that smokes the most. They call me Nizzy Nice. And man, we got a lot to unpack. This just might go down as the craziest draft in NFL history. Now we have a man under the name of John Doe from the state of Georgia suing the NFL for $100 million. Stick with me as I read some of this lawsuit. The plaintiff, referred to as John Doe in the filing, alleges in the complaint that the NFL's action and dissemination of slanderous statements have caused severe emotional distress and trauma. Doe alleges that the reports of Sanders' performance and interviews contributed to a narrative that has unjustly harmed his reputation and potential as a player. The filing alleges the NFL violated the Sherman Antitrust Act because teams colluded to influence Sanders' fall to the 5th round. It also says it violates the Civil Rights Act because the fall may have been influenced by racial discrimination. And it violates the consumer protection laws because the league misrepresented the nature of the draft process and qualifications of players. $100 million, Your Honor. That man said he won $100 million for his emotional distress. And I ain't even mad at him. Because if you black and you was watching that draft, it was a little stressful. Because we all like, damn, they violating this boy right in front of us like we ain't watching. And we know he ain't deserved that. And you know it's crazy when Trump had to send out a tweet. Trump, of all people, had to send out a tweet calling the NFL owners stupid for not picking him. And speaking of Trump, let's hear from Trump right now by the way of Godfrey.
You got to understand something about Deion Sanders. He played two sports. He played football and he played baseball. He played both of those sports in the same day. The guy's great. He's been to the World Series and he's been to the Super Bowl. The guy's a champion. So his son, who doesn't play two sports, and possibly can because it's the black genes. I know this. They're very, very talented. Very talented. Shedeur. What a great name. Isn't that a great name? I don't know where it's from, and maybe it's from someplace very black. Shedeur. How about that? Open the door for Shedeur. I think I'm going to make a hat for you. Isn't that great? I'm going to make a hat for you. Open the door for Shedeur. Trump is showing a little bit of support. For Deion Sanders. Yes, did you see the tweet?
Now back to this lawsuit. Could you imagine if this lawsuit actually made it to court and every NFL team had to send someone to do a deposition, which means they would have to testify under oath as to why Shedeur Sanders was not picked? That would be interesting. Now, I'm a person that's big on energy, right? I want y'all to look at the energy of the draft room from the Cleveland Browns when they did select Shedeur Sanders. See how low their energy is? Now, when the GM was asked about this, why they look so unenthused, they said they was tired. It was late in the draft. I mean, it was the 5th round. Shedeur was the 144th pick, right? But now look at the draft room from the Carolina Panthers when they picked Jimmy Horn, which was Shedeur's teammate at Colorado. And he went, I think, like the 208th pick in the 6th round. Look at the difference in the energy.
Hello.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up?
What's up, man? This is Dan Morgan with the Carolina Panthers.
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hey, we're going to take you here at pick 208, all right? Let's go, man. Let's go. Hey, man. Hey, we're excited to have you, man.
Yes, Lord.
We're excited to have you, man.
I'm ready, bro. Tell me, appreciate y'all for taking that opportunity on me.
You deserve it, man. You deserve it.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? Good to talk to you again.
You too. You there with your family?
Yes, sir. I'm for family right now.
Oh, okay. How many people you with there?
It's deep in here right now. I got five.
Hey, we're happy to have you here. I'm going to pass you on to Coach, okay?
What's up, man?
All right, here you go.
Let's go, Jimmy. I love it, man. It's all about gratitude. We're ready to get to work. Okay, here's our OC, Coach Brad.
Hey, we need all that.
Did y'all see that? This man Jimmy Horn is a 208th pick, and Carolina is treating him like he's a first rounder. That was the general manager, the owner of the team, the head coach, and the offensive coordinator all got on the phone with him right there. That's the type of situation you want to go into. But let's talk about how we got here. How does Shedeur go from being a top 3 pick to being drafted in the 5th round? A lot of different people got their opinions, but one opinion I was shocked to hear is retired NFL player Cris Carter. The way he spoke about Shedeur makes me feel like he got some personal issues with Deion. I never knew Cris Carter had this type of hate in his blood. Let's listen to what he had to say about Shedeur.
All right, so what happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, a number of things happened. The number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
Okay, what? Okay, a lot of people think that.
Because they wouldn't be able to keep a secret like that. And
so they might do it, but they couldn't shut up about it.
They wouldn't be able to shut up about it. But every owner is very, very selfish. Now, why would I do something to my detriment? Like if I need a quarterback and I think this kid is it, what he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some superstar qualities to them. Now, some other things happened that made them fall, but Shedeur and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine, that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, obviously he could have done a lot better in that. Mm-hmm. A lot of people left that meeting, felt he was very, very entitled.
Which meeting? Like, because they said Brian DeBall, Giants coach, had said he didn't like the meeting. He asked him, he had some book, was his playbook or something he was supposed to know, and he said he felt weird about it. I don't know who else said they didn't like the meeting with him. Or were just people behind the scenes saying they did?
Well, the thing about it, they didn't draft him.
I know that.
So it's not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he lets it go. And he doesn't have a big-time arm.
I want to interrupt Cris Carter right there and address 2 things he said. First of all, he's talking about he knows for a fact that the NFL owners didn't get together and collude against Shedeur because they can't keep a secret. But didn't they do that against Colin Kaepernick? So let's not act like they can't get together and collude again and keep it a secret. Also, him talking about Shedeur does not have a big-time arm. I don't know who started this narrative, but people are starting to run with it. But let's take a look at Shedeur's 2 longest throws, and y'all let me know if y'all think he has a big arm.
Shedeur tried to bail, and it ended up in another catastrophic sack.
That's the 6th one of the game downfield. Miller with the catch and a first down at the route. And all rushing from one side. The Big 12 opener comes down to this play. Sanders gets the feet set toward the end zone for the game. It is caught by Weston.
Now, both of those throws was for like 55 yards plus, and they was on the money, accurate. So when they talk about Shedeur don't have arm talent or he don't have a big arm, I don't know what they're talking about. But let's listen to Cris Carter hate a little more, and then I'm going to wrap this video up.
A big guy. He's not overly athletic. Mm-hmm. So his measurables are not, say, first-round measurables, but he played football like a first-rounder.
But his tape's first-round tape. But his measurables are not first-round measurables.
Well, you don't play football all the time. You're a human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room, how he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary, like he's already calling himself legendary. All those things are problems. Right now, he's working check to check, man. Like, he's not going to get a big signing bonus. There's not going to be a big guarantee. Any day they want to get rid of him in the week, they can get rid of him.
Don't we think Shedeur is smart enough to know he's not at Jackson State and he's not at Colorado?
No.
You don't think so?
I listened to too many of his answers. I saw too many of the outtakes. I saw too many times he was working out with other players, and he said things that I thought were highly questionable for my franchise quarterback.
So like what?
When he was working out with Cam Ward, him and Cam Ward, the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want to cut a rap video together? No, I want to be known as a football player.
And he's like, what do you do for fun? He's like, I play football.
Why wouldn't you sit down with people? And something these kids never understand, even if you're a top 10 pick, you're in the NFL for a long time. Yeah. So your interview, your tape, people in the room that see you, someone can like you in the room. They might not draft you 5-10 years later, man.
You're looking for a guy, you're looking to trade, and they remember your interview.
Yes.
The interview you had.
It's a small world. This whole thing with Deion and the media and everything, like, it's out of control. Like, it did not help him. It helped him make money in college because he got followers, but it actually hurt him as far as him getting a job as an NFL quarterback.
You mean as Shedeur, his social media stuff with Shedeur?
Yes.
It hurt him.
Yeah, what else hurt him?
I know you've
let me tell you what he understands today.
Okay.
He ain't running shit. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. They taught him a great lesson.
Okay.
Like, you don't have this figured out. Your dad don't have this figured out.
So let me get this straight. Chris Carter has an issue with Shedeur marketing himself. We're in the age of NIL. What's the difference between Shedeur marketing himself or him signing with another company to be marketed? Either way, if you're a good athlete, you're going to be marketed. Shedeur was the 144th pick, yet out of all the rookies, he has the number one selling jersey, which makes me believe at some point he's going to be the starter in Cleveland this season. And for Chris Carter to say, oh, you don't run shit and your daddy ain't got it figured out, that sounds like a personal shot to Deion. Deion has won 2 Super Bowl rings. Chris Carter ain't never won a Super Bowl. Hey, as always, I want to thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'm your host that smokes the most. They call me Nizzy Nice, and we rolling ratchet.